Namaste everyone. So what we are going to do in today's video, basically bunch of questions are there, which we can call it interview questions. And it's pretty sad that, from our country, we have to go for a visa interview, like a proper interview. But you don't have to stress, because that visa interview is just it's a normal visa interview. They are not going to ask you too complex questions. It's mostly, like there are a bunch of questions which they usually ask here and there, and we are going to cover all the questions, like the basic questions, and also, like if you are coming to public university or private university, what kind of question you can expect. So it's with the video and. So let's start with first question. You know, so it's in general. It's a general question for like doesn't matter whether you're applying for master degree, public university, private, bachelor, PhD or work. You know, so mostly. And by the way, I'm talking in the sense of I'm taking the whole example of German embassy Kathmandu because in different countries they are not interview process. They you just need to submit all the documents. That's it. You don't have to go through interview process. But sadly, in Nepal, we have to go to interview process. And this whole video, we are going to take examples of like our own country, and then we will talk to you like the questions. So first question will be about your introduction. What have you done before? What are you doing right now? What you have studied and where you come from, just about yourself basically. And then you don't have to kind of like, try to give complex answers, you don't have to do that. Just go by yourself, just express how you like know about yourself. Just tell them, like, hey, yeah, you already know my name, so I'm this, I came from, like, let's say Pokhara. I'm from here itself, from Kathmandu, and I have, like, did my schooling from XYZ school, and then I for my plus two or intermediate or the higher schooling I went to like this university and I studied this, like something like this in this way. You just tell no, I mean you don't have to take too much time to answer one simple question, just short and sweet way. And then next question they might ask, is why you are why you choose Germany. So definitely there you have to give a concrete reason. And if you are coming to private university, you must give a really good reason why you are coming to Germany. But if you are coming to public university, then it's a bit easier to answer. So how you can answer or what I can recommend is tell them like about the course, like the course which you wanted to study, how they are in Germany, and then tell them like the facilities, the freedom, the flexibility you get from German public universities, explain a little bit about that side, and then add if you have like if you have done some research about the university. I hope you have done some research at least. Tell them like your strong feeling, why you are choosing this university. You might like a professor, like the background of the professor, the research area, you might like it, or you might like the practical courses, which are offering in the university, or you might also like, kind of like the extra activities are provided from in Germany in public from the public universities. So you have to tell them and then add that Germany also provide free education. Well, I mean tuition free. Not like free education. We do pay semester contribution fee, but mostly it's equal to nothing, So you have to explain this part, and then next question will be about more about your course, about your university which you have chosen. Like let's say you are coming to, like Humboldt or to Munich or doesn't matter which university you are coming, but you know there you have to tell them like the reason why you are choosing this university. It's similarly which I have just touched about, like the courses, about the professor, about like practical knowledge or research oriented courses or extra activities. You have to mention these things here. And you can also check university website. You have option to, like they also provide traveling seminars, workshops. Different public university have different alliances. They do provide some summer school, winter schools. You can add this part also, and then tell them like why you are choosing that university, and location wise also. If like your university is somewhere nearby big city, you can mention about like the advantage of living nearby big cities. And also if it's a small city, you can also mention that like people are like more connected, like because that's how it works here. And then the next question gonna be something related to your future plan. What you wanted to do after your graduation. So that part is most kind of like a. It's also important. Um, Also important. It is important, and there you have to tell your class that yes, you want to finish the degree, and whether you wanted to work or you wanted to come back to your country and do some work in your area, something like this you have to answer. And then let's say we will touch the financial part also at the end. But before, if let's say you are applying for visa and then your course gonna start immediately, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks. So in that kind of cases, you embassy might ask you where you are going to stay. So if you get offer letter for the university, from the university, you just apply for Studentenwohnheim, student dormitory, and then you might get accommodation. If not, then you can also mention that, hey, yeah, I know somebody there, and then I'm exploring some website. I also contacted Studentenwohnheim and student dormitory, and yes, so I will I will get the accommodation because I am also talking with the colleagues there, just tell them like about the accommodation. And the most important part of like the whole interview is over here for the financial proof, so we will touch about financial. I mean, if you already have watched our video about financial proof, it's the same way you have to explain here, you know, and you have to submit the kind of like similar financial proof in your visa interview. But what they will ask you if you are coming to public university, we will talk about private university also. If you are coming to public university, they will ask you something like who is going to financially support you when you are studying in Germany. You can mention about your family that yes, your family are gonna support you. They have already provided you with the annual income certificate, and also they are working somewhere. The proof which you have. And if you are a farmer, you might have already like a certificate from income source certificate from ward office that from agriculture you are making this much of money. So in a kind of like the actual income you have to mention. And also you can, I mean, if you have submitted bank statement with the money you have to transfer to your block account, if you already submitted bank statement, You can also tell them like, hey, yeah, I have submitted the bank statement and I already have this much of money, or we already have this much of money in our bank account, which we will transfer immediately to to our block account once we get approval from you. And also you can mention that you have a written statement like a financial uh, sponsorship letter from your parents that they are going to support you. And if you are wondering who can sponsor you, so we already have one video. Anyone can be sponsor you if they are providing certain documents from them. So that you can have a look. And if you are coming to private university, that they're going to ask you more questions in kind of like in a tricky way. Who is going to pay you for your tuition fee? You know, sometimes okay, for first year you already submitted, you already showed your the money, the amount of fee, and with the block account in your bank account. But sometimes they ask you who is going to pay you to your tuition fee next year. know. So you need to have that kind of financial proof, which shows you have that capability of paying your tuition fee for next year also. You know, so that kind of question they are going to ask you, and sometimes they ask some other kind of question. Let's say if you have poor background, poor educational background, and then they might ask you, okay, you have like kind of like okay grade in your bachelor, how you're going to like compete with like high level of education system. So you can tell them your strong motivation. It's all about your motivation. And mostly these kind of questions they don't ask you like some other question. Sometimes they also they might ask you like the whether you speak German or not. You can just tell them that yes, you are learning German, and you know you have to. I mean, if you're planning to come to Germany, please do learn German. It's really important here. And okay, so there is one more thing which I wanted to cover here before like we finish this video. People ask me a lot of time, honestly, that how the interview gonna take place, whether it will be in English or Nepali or German. You know, they ask me. I mean, there are people who are coming for seasonal visa or even like for job purposes who are coming. They and even like also like the students they have asked me. So what I wanted to tell you here, it depends on there's नेपालीमा चाहिँ कुनै पनि interview हुँदैन है. Everything, all the interview will be either in English or in German. So why I'm saying like in or is if your course, if you are applying for course English part programs, then your interview gonna take place in English. They are not going to ask you even a single word in German because your whole course is in English. If your course, you are applying for a master degree program or bachelor degree program, which has like your language, like your medium of instruction is half English, half German. They might ask you some questions in German. And if you are coming for Ausbildung, or if you are coming for a full German taught program, you know, then you cannot even expect that they are going to ask you in English. They will ask you all the question in German. So, in short, two language, either English or German. You know, so just keep in that mind. They will not ask you anything in Nepali. So just prepare in that way, and don't even like think that considers it's a really simple interview. I mean, like, of course, I explained you in a complex way, but when you will give the interview and come back, you will watch, if you remember this video, you will say like, yes, the interview was like really easy. They did not ask the question which I have mentioned, like maybe not, but in reality, there are some kind of like, they will ask you something related to these questions which we covered here. Sometimes even they don't ask anything. That's also happened. So don't kind of like, don't be so amazed. It happens, sometimes they just take your document and then done. They will not ask you even a single question, nothing at all. So if so anything will happen, anything can be happening with you during your interview. So don't even like, kind of like stress out. Yeah. And if you if you need any kind of like assistance from our side, please let us know. And if you have some question, feel free to contact us, and see you in next video.